Hi, this is Jane Wright. I am speaking today about the etheric body as a brief introduction to treating the etheric in the next video. The etheric body is challenging for many people to perceive. It's not so easily visible. And there are four main aspects to the etheric. There's light ether, life ether, chemical ether, and warmth ether. All of these forces can contribute to disease and dysfunction if they're not in an optimal state. When we view the etheric from the inside, in a meditative fashion, the etheric sort of looks like an egg. When viewing somebody else's etheric, it looks like it's covering every square inch of their physical body and sticking out a tiny bit at the top, at the head. And so the etheric gets compressed. The most common way the etheric gets compressed is through infection. Even just meeting one of these intense flu viruses that have been going around this year, immediately the etheric I've seen on people just kind of compresses to the size of a baseball or a bowling ball fairly quickly. And then that is in response to its role as fighting off infection. The etheric's main task is to put a boundary between self and other, as well as to fight infection. So just meeting the infection is this very significant event for the etheric, and sometimes just takes up all of its forces. So to restore the compressed etheric is fairly unusual treatment compared to what people know of treatment. But there's a sphere that's 2.5 body inches anterior forward from this bump in the breastbone that's called the angle of Louis. I jokingly call it the speed bump. It's as you go south, go toward your feet, it sticks out. It's actually a joint between the manubrium and the sternum. So this is a 1 body inch, the width of one's thumb. So you do 2.5 of those, and you're at the spot where you need to be out in space. From here, you're going to do something that's also a bit unusual, is you're going to project to another spot from here. And in this case, you're going to project to 2 separate spots at the same time. As if you have a flashlight that has 2 heads on it, and you can focus it in 2 different places. So you're aiming to the tip of one's nose and in between the shoulder blades at the same time. Then you place your other hand on your body. It doesn't matter where, but you imagine the whole body underneath it. And then you're going to do what I call an induction, which is a movement. This induction is an upside down V. It's really micro, very tiny. See, I'm doing it right now. And that's the treatment. You do that movement, that induction, and what you find is that at certain points, as you go through the treatment, you'll take this huge deep breath. And when that happens, that's an okay place to stop. That happens multiple times. Usually for someone who's older, whose etheric gets compressed in the morning when they wake up, 2.5 minutes a day is sufficient. If you're fighting a cold, you might want to do it several times a day, a couple of minutes each time.